Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how you can add filters, pie charts and also visualizations to the maps in Tableau. Since maps use the horizontal and vertical position to encode geographic locations, you have fewer options to encode data values than with other chart types. However, there are ways to add more information to maps. One popular option is to add pie chart. This is a variant of the symbol map that allows you to show proportions of a non-geographic dimension. These kinds of maps can quickly become overloaded with marks. If that happens, it can be worthwhile to try a filter to show only the most important marks. If you need to add another field to the view, you can also combine a pie chart with a field map via dual axis feature. So let's start with adding a pie chart to the map. First, we start by creating a simple symbol map. So we double click city, country and state, and then we double click sales measure to add it to size. In the mark type menu on the marks card, we change the type to pie. Finally, we move the category to color. So this breaks the pies into different size wedges. You can see that the red represents the technology, blue represents the furniture, and orange represents the office supply. Next, I'm going to talk about how you can add a filter. So this type of chart that you see on the screen could work well at the state level. So you can give a try by removing the city from the view. But I think you will agree that the city level map is a little crowded. It might make sense to focus only on the most important cities as measured by total sales revenue. However, if you were to simply add sales to the filters card, you would filter the individual categories. To avoid filtering out individual pie segments, we need to create a calculated field and we call it sales without category. Let's do that. We click on analysis and then choose create calculated field, and let's call this as sales without the category. And here we are going to exclude category from some sales and then apply. Then OK. So you can see sales without category as a measure on the screen on the left hand side of the Tableau. Then we are going to add this new field to the filters card and select attribute in the filter field dialog box and then apply, then OK. Right click new filter to open its context menu and select show filter. As you see on the screen, the map can now be filtered by sales revenue using this slider control. Next, I want to talk about dual axis map. As previously mentioned, one way to bring in another measure is to add a field map behind a pie chart. For instance, you can add profit via dual axis chart. To do so, drag another instance of the field latitude generated from the data pane to the rows shelf. So we are going to take latitude and then put it in the row shelf. In the context menu of one of the two latitude fields, we are going to select dual axis. Now you have two overlaid maps with two separate marks card. You see here one and the second one is here. And next, I want to talk about how you can add a visualization in Tooltip to the map. The dual axis map that you see on the screen, try to cram a lot of information into one chart. Here, we try a more gentle way of introducing more information to a map. We will add a second chart to the tooltips that will be seen when you hover over individual marks on the pane. This feature, called Vision Tooltip, is not restricted to maps, but it's particularly useful with maps. Let's first clean here our visualization. And in order to add Vision Tooltip, first we need to create a second chart. We will use a different worksheet and let's call this worksheet over time. Now we want to see how the sales change over time. Therefore, we want a line chart and we are going to add sales to the rows and then order date to columns. And then finally, we are going to add category to color on the marks pane. Next, we go back to our first original worksheet and then we again going to create a symbol map by clicking city, country, state and sales. And now here on the marks card, we click on Tooltip, and here we click on Insert and then Sheets, and we choose Over Time and then click OK. After you have successfully edited the tooltip, you can hover over different cities on the symbol map. The tooltip will include the relevant line chart for the city as shown on the screen. You can also add here profit. It is also possible to include several charts and text fields in a tooltip. However, it's recommended that you keep them to a reasonable size so they don't block the entire chart underneath. If you find yourself including a lot of information in a tooltip, you may want to consider creating a dashboard that you are going to learn in the following modules of this course. This is how you can add pie chart, dual axis chart, within tooltip, and filters to the map. Thank you for watching this video.